So this is my Barnes drill press that I've been working on. I've posted some pictures on Facebook about it. And so when I got it, it had this pretty bad motor mount made out of some 2x4s that didn't really work. And it had a V-belt pulley on it. And since this is about somewhere in the neighborhood of a 100-year-old machine, it never had V-belt pulleys, so I wanted to put a flat belt back onto it. So I went on a search for pulleys and couldn't find any affordable flat belt pulleys, so I ended up making these two pulleys out of metal casters. So I just pushed the bearing out of the center hub and cut a keyway in it, and I got some pulleys. Also, I don't have a means of creating a flat belt. I hope to get a flat belt for it sometime, but I end up using a used serpentine belt from my local mechanic. So the drive mechanism works. That's a I think it's a half-horse Baldor motor that's running it. Some of the things that I've done to it are I replaced this bushing. The bushing was pretty worn out on the top here, so I made this new bronze bushing, turned that in my lathe, and then this knurled thumb screw that adjusts the speed. I also made that. And it was missing the lever for making the quill go up and down, and I made that. So this is kind of a marriage of older technology and new technology. One of the things that's kind of cool about this machine is the way the speed control works. So this nut back here has there's a little plunger or piston inside this, and it pushes on this shaft, which pushes this plate against this friction wheel. So I just loosened it up, and you can see there's a gap in it now, so it won't. And so once you relieve the friction, you can loosen this, and you can raise and lower the drive mechanism to wherever it is you want it. So I'm going to put this down for a second. So I just put it to, it's on a little bit on the slower side right now. So if I tighten this back up, it'll put pressure against the disc there. Then I have it connected to a little foot switch here, and you can see that it'll spin. Some of the other things I did to it, it was missing this bracket for the table feed, so I created one of those, and the table feed works pretty well. It's kind of interesting, the screw on this, if you look at it, is a square cut screw, which not many, I don't think anything has square cut screws on it anymore. And then this, the threads in this were created by pouring Babbitt metal into there. The other thing I did was, it had no motor mount, so I drew this up, and I tried to get it to look kind of like the Camelback, and I had it plasma cut at our local welding shop. So I might redo that someday, but for now it works and looks pretty decent. The chuck on it is actually a pretty big chuck for this. It's actually got a number 1 Morse taper in here connected to a Jacobs chuck that's pretty large. I'll probably put a smaller Jacobs chuck on it. And So my intention is to use this for small stuff in my shop, and not any kind of thing that's going to require any great deal of power. So that's the Barnes drill press, and it's been kind of fun, and there it is.